Hello, you over 3,000 amazing legends and the 82.5% that have yet to subscribe. I just love saying that. Today, we're going to be doing something pretty cool. We're going to be looking at my top favourite female hobby artists in the hobby. And this is not just for Warhammer, it's for everything else. So, get a brew, get comfortable, and let's get showing these amazing, talented ladies. So first up, we've got the Snugs, Louise. Well, we can't really not sort of talk about it. I've been following her for a while, and yeah, pretty much really impressed with her rise since she left Games Workshop over a year ago, and the difference in it. Some of the reasons why she's in my list, because I do follow quite a lot of female hobby accounts and stuff. And one of the main reasons why I really do like Louise is, first, if you don't really know who Louise was, she was a former employee for Games Workshop. She kind of worked in the background. I always thought she was just retail staff. I remember sort of seeing her, I think it was at the first Warhammer Fest at Coventry, I believe. And she was sort of bouncing around like a lunatic and just full of zest. It was really quite amusing. And I think it was at the time that they were selling like the Warhammer merch and stuff, and she was wearing a lot of that. And I honestly just thought she was a part of the retail staff. Little did I know that she was actually a painter for Forge World and a digital artist and graphics designer for Games Workshop. And a lot of the books that are right up here on the shelf, she had a hand in doing stuff with it. In fact, if you're an Old World fan, you may not know, but she did actually do and create the actual map for the Old World game. I have that very same map on my desktop as my desktop, and it's amazing. I remember when she was announced to be the presenter for Warhammer Masterclass on Warhammer Plus. I was a bit skeptical at first because I honestly, like many others, assumed that one of the heavy metal painters would take that presenting job on, and I was like, oh wow. Louise is doing it. And I'd followed Louise on Instagram, and she has a very quirky, very bright pastel type paint style. And we can even sort of look down here and see some of her stuff. So she's kind of got that sort of, real bright colors. And that seems to be the main thing that she does. And so yeah, it was kind of cool and refreshing. But since she's left Games Workshop, she has risen in popularity, and it's amazing to see. And as I would say that if any guy has got like a daughter or a girlfriend that wants to get in a hobby, this is your number one role model, because even as a content creator, I would aspire to sort of try to be like Louise when it comes to creating content, because she's very unique and she's very different. What do I mean by that? Well, when she left Games Workshop over a year ago, she became a content creator in her own right. She basically didn't follow the set path that kind of a lot of content creators do. We kind of just generally just follow a niche. We do painting videos, we do rumor videos, we do talking head videos, that's it. But with Louise, you don't really know what she's going to do next. Like, you can just see that from her thumbnails. Like, there's a lore video, there's a video talking about Warhammer events, there's her podcast that she does talking about all sorts of stuff. She's talking about like her own miniatures and stuff. And this is what's so different about Louise. You never really know what you're getting with her in regards to content, because it's just whatever comes into her head and she does it. And I think that's why she's just immensely popular and stands out so much, is because she doesn't fit a certain niche. As an example, Duncan left Games Workshop and pretty much just did what Duncan did on Warhammer TV, the YouTube channel, but on his own YouTube channel, now using his own paints. But pretty much it's the same thing. The format hasn't really changed. So this is Louise. Absolute hobby legend. Absolute brilliant inspiration, and some amazing work. You know, some of her paint jobs and stuff are really, really good. And she was a breath of fresh air on the Warhammer Masterclass as well, so it was really good. So let's jump on to the next one. Next up, we have Amy Snuggs from Siege Studios, and she's amazing. I think it's mainly because she paints mostly in the heavy metal style, but I just love her work. It's always really good to see an Amy's paint job flash up on my newsfeed on Instagram and stuff like that. You know, because she just does so much cool stuff. And like, obviously she does commissions, she's obviously a painter for Siege Studios, and I really do sometimes, and it's mainly down to Amy, is some of the reason I give Siege some stick is because I really wish the Siege main page, the one with all of their followers on, would just tag the artist and say who did what, because, you know, I think when you look at the likes of the size of the following that Amy has on her own personal page compared to what Siege has, you know, it would be a little bit nice if they give her a little bit more love. But yeah, she does some absolutely amazing work, and I think it's mainly, I really like it down to the fact that she mainly does mostly the heavy metal type style, and which is what I'm really fond of. But yeah, I always look forward to seeing what she does. I love the Seraphon; it's really kind of cool. But yeah, it's just, she just does some really cool stuff. So yeah, definitely worth following Amy's work if you're definitely into the heavy metal style stuff. Obviously, she gets sent stuff from GW, so you can get to see her painting it up pretty early. She's been featured on the Warhammer community page quite a few times. Pretty cool, really. Really, really big fan of her, and big up. You should definitely follow Amy. Next up, we have Astronomican Light, Svetlana. Now, I have followed this page for quite some time, and I was shocked, and which really annoys me when Instagram unfollow you from pages, by the way. It really does annoy me. But I never realized that Svetlana was a girl until I actually went looking for whip pictures of this Necron, right? And then I started like finding like the selfies and stuff. Because at that point, I'd only ever really started getting like the her photos of her work. It's absolutely beautiful. Like, really, her non-metallics are amazing. Her color palette is amazing. It's just so damn good. Like, and plus she paints World Eaters. Like, why would I not like that? You know, World Eaters, Chaos Space Marines. She just does everything. It's very much a sort of very like display standard that she sort of pulls it out at. But she does some really cool stuff. Like, the lighting effects on this is amazing. But the Necron that I was looking for the whip pictures for the Necron, and that's when I was like, you know, I knew I'd seen them, and I was like, I need to go back and have a look at this. And then I was like, oh my god, you know, Astronomical Light's a girl. I did not know this. But this is just beautiful. Like, that's just amazing. Absolutely amazing. But yeah, she does do some amazing work. So you should definitely follow Svetlana. I mean, like, she's got a relatively large following, but you should definitely follow it anyway, because, you know, it would be really cool. And she's just so damn talented. And it's not very often that you see such a really good painter like this. So yeah, you should definitely do it. Next up, we've got Alice. I'm going to just butcher her account name, which is Atraxia Painting. Alice is really cool. And I think I have a lot in common with her, Alice, due to the fact that we kind of approach painting on the same level. We kind of have the same issues, or we kind of try to find those issues and fix them. And she's an incredibly talented painter. And really fair play to her for getting commended with her orcs, which are absolutely stunning, by the way. And she does just some really cool stuff. But what I really like about her is the fact that she's so relatable, because she has the same issues as the rest of us that are trying to get like really paint to that like better standard, because we're all trying to sort of find that sort of way of getting it done and pushing ourselves when it comes to painting. And she very much articulates that really well. She has a YouTube channel, which you should definitely go out and check out. Some of her tutorials and stuff are really good. And she's just really cool. Really funny. And massively massively underfollowed on places like Instagram and YouTube. Amazingly underfollowed. So you should definitely go out there and follow Alice, because she's a really cool girl. And they're all incredibly cool artists. Okay, so to finish off, we're going to go for the late Kathy Wapple, who is an absolute goddess and legend in the hobby. Kathy obviously has passed away, which is tragic. And she was married to James Wapple, who is another incredible artist and a very, really cool guy. I had the pleasure of interacting with Kathy many years ago when I first started to get into painting and doing the social media side of things, when Facebook sort of like had their Facebook pages and stuff like that, and they were actually relevant and you could do stuff before you were forced into actually paying stupid money for advertisement. But Kathy was really, really cool. I remember reaching out to Kathy because I was trying to contact James, and she was so really good. She was so nice. She was always really good at giving advice. She was really good when we would hang out in James's Twitch streams during COVID and just chilling out and chatting and just nerding out over all things painting and nerdom and things like Warhammer and D&D and all that kind of stuff. She was just great. Obviously, tragically, she's gone, which is just a massive blight upon the painting world, to be fair. So yeah, you know, definitely go out and check out her husband, James, because he's just a legend. And it's just such sad that we've just lost this amazing, talented woman in the hobby. So, yeah. That's my top favourite of many female hobby artists. And I thought I'd just make this video because, one, I don't think they get enough attention. And I think there are certain females in the hobby that are constantly doing selfies, holding miniatures here, and you can't really see them. And I think these ones are the sort of breath of fresh air because we actually get to see their work, and it's really cool. And I don't think they get as much love as they need. And, you know, it's kind of nice just to sort of put the spotlight on that and do it. I know there's going to be a keyboard warrior right now going to be start typing stuff into the chat. Come at me, bros. I'm a big boy. I can take it. I'm not fragile like you, but go for it. But yeah, I just thought this video was mainly, obviously, was sort of got off the back of the fact of Astronomical Light, realizing that I'd been following her for such a long time and not realizing that she was actually a she, and I automatically assumed that it was a dude, and I was like, that's terrible. And I just thought, you know what, you know, it may be quite nice to just do a little bit different type video, shine a spotlight on someone else, and actually give some hobby love back to these incredibly talented women. And Louise is just the initial powerhouse when it comes to hobby creating and content creating. Like I said, as a content creator, I would love to be able to even have half her creativity, because she just is so talented, and is a serious hobby role model for everybody, even young women coming into the hobby, which is amazing. Amy is just really, really good, and I don't think she gets enough recognition from Siege. It would actually be nice to see Siege actually start tagging their artists in their main profile page. And I know they don't, because when they were looking for painters, I asked questions, and they would never answer me in regards to certain things. And one of the things was that they do not promote their artists, which is a little bit ironic when things like Games Workshop take a lot of flack for that, and Siege Studios do exactly the same thing. But yeah, it would be nice for them to actually give their artists some love. And obviously, Alice and Svetlana are just two amazing artists. And well done, Alice, for getting your commended at Golden Demon. Really, really cool to see. So, yeah, I'm going to have all of the links for these channels in the description below. So make sure that you do go over and smash that follow button if you haven't already. And if they do have things like YouTube and stuff, follow their linkage over to their YouTube channel if they have them, and give them a subscribe on there as well. And then while you're at it, obviously, if you're not subscribed to this channel, give me a subscribe, yay! Because I'm getting very close to my goal of 3,500 followers. All right, so that's the video. It's nice, short, and sweet. I'll be back later on today with the AOS previews. We're seeing lots of Skaven. Hopefully, we'll see some Stormcast Eternals. And that is the video. So just remember to subscribe, like, comment. If you see other female artists that are not on here, let me know on the bottom. And I've used that term, literal artist, because these women are literal artists. And check out my members and Patreon areas. And I'll catch you later, peeps. Bye-bye for now.